to introduce an amazing woman, a good friend, and a personal heroine. Dr. Sandra Steingraber is a bold and fearless leader in the climate justice movement. Besides being a dedicated activist, she's a biologist and an amazing author. In 2011, she won the Heinz Award with a $100,000 award, and she gave startup money to our coalition in New York. Sandra is leading the fight on a gas storage expansion plant that is being built in the abandoned salt caverns along Seneca Lake in the Finger Lakes. Please welcome Dr. Sandra Steingraber.
And I'm here to say that corruption means more than trading money for votes. When corporations inject their vast wealth into the political system, what they're often buying is silence. And that is no more evident than in our ongoing climate crisis. Climate itself provides us oxygen through the miracle of photosynthesis. Provides us food through the miracle of pollination. Our climate is on the brink of collapse, and there is a public silence about this existential threat to all of us and to all of our children because money is doing the talking. I grew up in the gas fields and the coal mines of rural Illinois. And when I asked my grandmother why there wasn't more conversation about these issues, she said, "Silence is the sound of money talking." Silence is the sound of money talking. I think that's why we're here today. In New York, we demonstrated that problem, the link between silence and money, is not insurmountable. We live over top of a bedrock that contains a motherlode of methane. And we know that if we blast that out of the ground using our drinking water as the club to shatter that shale, that we will not only poison the water deep below our feet, but we will send climate-killing methane into the atmosphere high above our heads and threaten people for generations to come. And we in the scientific community have good peer-reviewed studies and white papers about all of this, but we saw them one after another deep-sixed and called into question by industry, who is dominating the political process. So we in the scientific community did something different. We formed a group called Concerned Health Professionals for New York. We summarized all that evidence in plain spoken English, and we not only took it to our elected officials, we took it to churches and Rotary clubs and libraries and junior high school auditoriums. We took the science to the people. And we inflamed the people with the science, and so inflamed they became a political movement. And that's the model now, as science advisor to Americans Against Fracking, that we're taking to the whole nation. Because what the science says is that we can use green chemistry and green engineering to do everything we need to do. But those innovative, brilliant ideas are being held hostage by the oil and gas industry. So if you know more about how the stock market is doing, then you know how the plankton stocks are doing. The plankton, which is providing you 1 out of every 2 breaths that you breathe, and they're in trouble. And if that's news to you, that's because money is the sound, silence is the sound of money talking. And that's the silence that we're going to break. So Democracy Awakening is essentially a hostage rescue operation. We're going to rescue green chemistry and rescue green energy from where it's currently being bound and gagged in the corner and bring it onto the center stage. And in that mission, as part of that hostage rescue mission, I am playing to win. us this is a David and Goliath fight. And the good news is we get to be David. We might be tired and we might be scared, but we have the best slingshot of all. We have the courage of our convictions. And by the way, I'm not tireless and fearless, and you don't have to be either to join this movement. I'm a tired mom, but I know that I love my children more than the oil and gas industry loves its quarterly earnings. Do you love your children more than they love their money? And you also have the courage of your convictions. And I know that I'm a cancer patient, and I'm always scared. I'm more scared of my next MRI. I'm more scared of my next cystoscope. And I'm also more scared of my children's future on a fracked up planet without pollinators to provide food and plankton to provide oxygen than I am the inside of a jail cell. Do you feel that way too? Well, then you also have the courage of your convictions. And I'm also a biologist. And as a biologist, I'm always scared and I'm always tired. I'm tired of testifying in that building behind us again and again on the evidence for harm. I've been part of the President's panel on cancer. I've been part of the National Action Plan for breast cancer. I have testified before congressional briefings, before the EPA. I've been involved with the Centers for Disease Control and the Health and Human Services. I've done all that and over again. I have seen the evidence that science is laid before this government, ignored and silenced, and that makes me tired. And it makes me scared for the future of our children. And if this government will not listen to my voice as a scientist and the voice of the day to speak, then tomorrow morning they will have to listen to my body that sits in civil disobedience on the streets of this country. As scientists and people of faith together commit civil disobedience on Monday, I invite you to join us. Because if civil disobedience can free India and deal with civil rights, it can bring science into the future. And it can make cancer patients and mothers and biologists all speak by getting money out of politics. Thank you.